Okay, so today we're going to make a stencil, and for stencils they generally have to be black and white here. This one is a girl holding a teddy bear. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove value from colors and stuff, take it down to black and white, and we're going to make it real simple. So we've got this jaguar picture here, real nice, but we've got some borders there. We're going to trim those down. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the selection tool and just crop that down. We don't really need that excess white stuff. So go ahead and hit the image, crop, bang. Now we've got just the focused image in our frame here. So we're going to go to adjustments and we're going to go down to black and white. This is the first step because we don't need color for a stencil. If you want to put color in, that comes later when you actually print the stencil out. So we're going to go maximum white here because we want to save the white values. And then you're going to go to adjustments and you're going to go to brightness and contrast, and you're going to bump that contrast all the way up. Alright, so now it's nice and crisp. Now those black values are popping out and those white values are still maintained, which is really important. So the next step is we're going to take the eraser here and we're going to get rid of the all the stuff that we don't want in the stencil. So let's say I don't want this suit in here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to erase this suit. Now, it doesn't matter on the edge towards the outside, but towards the edge of the Jaguar, I want to be a little careful, so I took a smaller brush and I just kind of went along the edges a little slower here, and so that's good enough there. So now I can dial up the size of my eraser by using the right square bracket button. It's a shortcut there. You just make it much bigger. It'll go up in increments if you want to take it slow and steady. And then next we've got that grayish background there. We don't need that either, but there's an easier way to get rid of that. So we're going to go ahead and click the quick select button. It's basically like a magnet selection. It'll detect if there's too much detail. You can play around with it and figure it out, but basically as you click and add more to it, the selection just becomes bigger depending on the color tonality. If you need to fix things like I've got here, I got a lot of stuff going on here, and I don't want to delete the Jaguar, so I want to preserve that. You hold the Alt button, and it's basically like subtracting from the selection. So now that I got all this gray selected, I'm just going to hit the Delete button, and that's just going to get rid of everything there for me. One quick click. And you can see at the top of the Jaguar here, I missed a couple parts here. Now, if that happens to you, you can just press Control-Z, go back, and then fix that up real quick with the Alt click, and delete it again here. Try it for the second time here. So there we go. It looks a lot more crisp now. And sometimes what you'll get is you'll get those edge of the lines from the selection because the selections aren't always perfect. So you just want to make sure you get rid of maybe what could be there. So let's pretend like this is what we've got and this is what it's going to look like. Maybe I want to change a couple things. Maybe I want it to look a little different. But the next step is threshold. Threshold takes it down, gets rid of the grays, and takes it to black and white. Now it's only a black and white value, maximum white and maximum black. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to find a middle ground here. I think I'm going to go with right about here. I'll go here. This looks good right here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to reshape the bottom part here a little bit. And say like you want to get rid of a bunch of noise in the nose here. Like there's a lot going on, so you can erase that if you want. This would be the time to do it because once we get further on, things get a little bit more solidified. So for this part here, I don't like the way the nose looks, so if you want to undo anything, just make sure not to go too far in your history. Like if you're unsure about something, always have it there. So now I don't want this bottom neck part here. Maybe I want to shrink it down a little bit, but I've still got a lot going on in these ears here, and I don't need that. So what we're going to go and do is we're going to go to Filter Gallery, and we're going to go down to the artistic ones, and there's a stamp. And the stamp button, what it'll do is it'll turn it straight from a threshold where it's a little more jagged and detailed, a little more fine, and it'll kind of round it down, make it real easier for when you print it out. So you can kind of see those, those fine lines are really starting to disappear there. And that's kind of what we want because once you print it out, those fine lines are just way too hard to cut out. And so we're going to go ahead and get rid of those. And now we've got a really, really nice looking stencil here. And so the only problem with this is, though, if you wanted to take this stencil and you wanted to put it on something else, well, that white is still there. And you need to get rid of that white because it won't look good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to select and we're going to go color range, and I'm going to go ahead and select all the whites. Now I'm just doing that by clicking the white backdrop that's behind the Jaguar, and now I've got all the white selected. I'm just going to hit delete, and it's all gone. And now you can put any color of backdrop you want behind this Jaguar, and it'll look nice and crisp. So just for demonstration's sake, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to find a nice little Jaguar color here, put that in the back, and bang, look at that. That's pretty dandy. So thank you very much for watching, you guys. Hope this helps you in the future, and if you've got any questions or anything, feel free to ask. Thank you very much.